So 2010, and the game is Breakaway. It's essentially a soccer game where we're shooting on one of two small goals at the corners of the field. Balls are recycled back to the center of the field. You got to pick them up and shoot them again. We built a very low robot because we were able to sneak through
a center passageway.
A center passageway if you were under a given height. We thought that that was going to be pretty important. Developed a clever way of holding the ball until we were ready to shoot it. Aimed the robot, lined it up, and kicked the ball.
It could really kick the ball.
It could kick the ball. But we discovered that wasn't the wisest strategy, perhaps. This game has two sides. We've always known that it has an offensive side, pick the ball up and shoot it, but it turns out in this game that the defense was probably as important as it was for offense.
Correct.
And so understanding the rules so that a bot like the Recycle bot is legal, read the rules very carefully,
Yep.
Figure out the gaps in the rules where you might be able to design a winning robot. So the practice of reading the rules very carefully and having a long conversation about how to play the game before we even began to talk about what might be on the robot became our practice, and it's still our practice today, where we spend at least a week talking about how to play the game,
right.
What the strategies are, how to form alliances, what the great combinations would be. Doesn't necessarily, we came up with the term beta bot. If there's going to be a strong offensive bot, who's his best partner?
Right.
And maybe you design a robot to be the best partner. And this became part of our conversation starting in this year.
And one of our more memorable off-season events, Auton, you had one soccer ball to shoot, and our Auton went really wrong, and we shot a ball into the scoring table area and knocked the MC sideways. To his credit, he came back with a flak jacket and a pith helmet, and just kept right back at it. But he really got hammered hard. We're like, ooh.
Yep. Yeah, I heard.
But another great robot, another good year, and many more kids in the program.
And it was one of the years where we were very restricted in the size of the robot. I mean, Taz, the previous year, was quite a big robot, but this year for the soccer playing robot, it had to be quite short. And so the process of designing a complex set of machinery and mechanisms into a very compact package became part of our vocabulary.
And yet, it had to climb too, so it had to have an apparatus that would lift its entire self off the carpet.
Yeah, the entire weight.
And actually put it up 2 feet or whatever the height of the tunnel was. So, very exciting.